everybody, welcome back to Mimi's Mixed Bag. Today I am filming in my craft room and I wanted to show you a little trash to treasure thing I've come up with. Some of you that are avid crafters are always, I'm sure, have people calling you saying, you know, do you want this or that? And like my neighbors will call and say, you know, I've got a bag of mason jars, do you want them? And I'll say, sure, I can't turn down a mason jar. And this is something my brother-in-law offered me a year or so ago, and it's some promo products from Federal Express, and they're just some plastic frame mirrors. It's about 18 by 18 inches. They're pretty good size, but it had this baked logo, this, I don't know what you call it, but it had this logo on it that did not scrape off, so it's baked on there somehow or another, and it says FedEx World Service Center, and so I thought, how am I going to get this off without ruining the mirror? And so I tried a couple different applications. I just poured some fingernail polish on there and let it sit a couple different times, and that took it off for the most part. It was a little scraping and a little rubbing to get it off without ruining the mirror. I was surprised. But and then my husband also tried some WD-40, and I still had this like shadow of the letters. You could still see where the logo was, and so I really thought I was going to have to throw it away. But then I thought, you know, I'm going to try one more thing, and it was a bottle of that Ceramibrite. It's that cleaner for the glass top tables, kind of glass top stove, kind of like a soft scrub. And sure enough, I put it on there and rubbed it a couple times, and I got two of these, and it really took it off. And so definitely took it off to where I could actually use them. And so it's got a few little scratches where you can tell I've worked on it, but not enough to ruin the project. And by the time I get it all embellished, you won't be able to see where the logo was at all. So, and really, I have to kind of hunt to see where it was anyway. So what I plan on doing is, I don't do a lot of St. Patrick's Day stuff. I may have a few little knickknacks around the house, but I wanted to decorate it up and hang it on my back door. And so let me show you a few things that I have gathered up out of my stash. This is kind of loud. A friend of mine called, and she was at this floral place, and it was going out of business, and she called and said, do you want me to pick you up some of this St. Patrick's Day stuff? And so this is some kind of glittery garland, and it was $3. And so I think I'm going to detach this and detach the little shamrocks and hot glue them all around the mirror. And then I wanted to put some kind of little bunting on it where people are looking in the mirror, and a little bunting on it that says like Lucky You or something like that, or Lucky Me. Hadn't quite decided, but anyway, I had this little burlap bag, and I'm all about use what you got. I've got plenty of craft room stash that it's just, I'm kind of a pack rat when it comes to my craft supplies. I can't throw a scrap away. But so I think I can get 6 or however, you know, some little triangles cut out of this to make my little bunting. And I grabbed some of my ribbon, some green and gold, some black and white gingham, and the only other thing I did purchase was some little green and white gingham ribbon, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So I do have $4 invested in this project, and I wanted to maybe put some other kind of little embellishment down in the corner, and I thought about maybe just die cutting a little pot of gold, finding or something, and I found these little gold foam circles that these could be the coins in it. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I was just kind of brainstorming and picking out things in my stash, but then I forgot I had a big collection of stickers, and I did have this little sheet of St. Patrick's Day stickers that had a cute leprechaun, and it already has a pot of gold, but it's not quite big enough, so I'm not sure, but I think I'll very well use the leprechaun, and I may do my own little pot of gold, not sure. But anyway, I was glad I found those. And so I think it'll be something cute, a little something different for the back door. And so let me go ahead and get ready to disassemble my shamrock garland and get it hot glued around the edge. Okay, I have my little shamrocks cut away from their string garland and hot glued all around the mirror, and those fit on there just perfect. I kind of tilted them a little every which way just so it kind of give it a whimsical look. And so now I want to do a little drape for Lucky and for You, and so I kind of measured it, and it's kind of about a 10 inch and a 12 inch. I'm going to start out with that, and I can always shorten my ribbons at the end, but I need that'll give me some kind of starting point as to how big to make my little garland. And so I took some of the little burlap. I cut my little burlap bag apart. And I'm not sure if I want to do triangles. I might press these just so that I can get them. But I'm going to just hot glue them to some ribbon. I'll try to make them a little more uniform. And so I can spell Lucky You. 5 squares. And so I'm probably going to go cut me out some letters and hot glue those on the burlap. Okay, I'm working now on my little banner. I just took some of my green gingham ribbon and cut out some little 1.5 inch squares of burlap. And you know, burlap kind of goes fray crazy once you get it that small, but you really can put some fray check on it, and I'm just out of. But I cut some letters out of brown cardstock, and I may embellish it with a little gold glitter, just some little dots of glitter glue. If you have a die cutting machine, a Cricut or a Cameo, I use Wackadoo Upper. That is the font, and I offset it to 0.050, if that makes any sense to some of you. And so now I'm going to try to find some buttons and some more little ribbon and kind of embellish this little bunting a little more. Okay, I think I'm done with my little bunting. I did put some little gold ribbon between each letter and also hot glued a little button between each one. And so I think I'm about ready to attach it to my mirror. And so I think I've decided that I'm just going to put a couple of these little stickers at the bottom corner, my little leprechaun, and a couple other little St. Patrick's Day stickers. And so we'll see. So next I'm just going to attach this to my mirror, and then I will hang it up on my door to show you. Okay, friends, this is my finished product, my St. Patty's Day back door decoration. I think it turned out a lot cuter than I imagined, and I think this is something that you could easily recreate if you had an old framed mirror that wasn't too big to fit on a door. You could use shamrock stickers all the way around it, or cut you out some felt ones and make you a little bunting. I was afraid my little leprechaun was going to be out of proportion, but he looks pretty cute right there in the corner. And so there's my little bunting that says Lucky You, so anybody that comes to the door can see themselves. And and it is hanging by a ribbon and some extra little green and yellow ribbon up at the top. So anyway, so that just goes to show you, don't ever turn down any little something somebody offers to give you, whether you think you're going to use it or not, because I've had these little framed mirrors for a couple years, and just between my stash growing and just all of a sudden I come up with this idea. So hope you enjoyed it, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye-bye.